Hey, what's up guys, Eva94 back with another action figure review, and today we are looking at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified series, Baroness with Cobra coil. This is the Special Missions Cobra Island Target exclusive, along with the Beachhead, the Roadblock, and the Cobra Trooper that we got a couple weeks ago. Finally, Baroness is hitting store shelves. She came in a little bit later, but this was indeed found at Target. Images on the side. We have another image of Baroness on the side, and then we have the same Cobra Island image that we got on the back side of the Cobra Trooper, Roadblock, and Beachhead. So contrary to popular belief, I actually found this at my Target. And even though I just let you know that I got it from Target, I'm sure I'll still get somebody asking me where I got this from. So here we have Baroness out of the box with the bicycle in the background right there. She gets a few extra accessories here, which is nice to get some weapons and an alternate head. And of course we get the bike. G.I. Joe Classified has joined the vehicle party. We've gotten vehicles in 6-inch scale for our Black Series, and we've gotten it for the Rider Series in Marvel Legends. And now finally we are getting it for G.I. Joe. So this might open the door to some more vehicles. I don't know if they're going to do full-scale Jeeps or if they're just going to stick to just bicycles like this. Nonetheless, it's pretty cool to see vehicles make their way into the G.I. Joe Classified line. Here's a closer look at the face, and I really like the face sculpt. I think the printing tech that they did for the face came out great. The eyes look good, and the lens, the glasses look really good. They're not removable unless you cut it open or force it off. So there's that. There's one thing I gotta point out is the mouth. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's supposed to be a tongue in the middle or if that's supposed to be her teeth. But I would have preferred them to just have her mouth sculpted shut and not have that in the middle. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be teeth, but it just looks very odd and weird from most angles, to be honest. At least in my opinion. But anyways, here's the hair sculpt, and it's nice straight hair, as straight as can be. Going down to the back side of the figure, we can see some holsters there for some pistols. Here's the front. We get the Cobra logos painted on the forearm, on the belt, and on the torso right there. And the rest of the figure is just pretty much just black. We do get some detail right there though. Look at that. They painted the little circle pin right there. So here's our alternate head for Baroness. We have a helmet version, motorcycle helmet. And I guess she tucks in all her hair inside that helmet because there's no hair exposed or showing from the back. But it's nice sculpt. I think you can probably use this with other figures maybe. If you get a motorcycle body of a cyclist, I don't know. You have this helmet. Kind of makes sense. You don't have the hair sculpted on the back, so you can probably use that for other bodies if you so wish. But it looks pretty cool. So she also comes with these pistols here, and they're just painted gold completely, but at least they're painted. They are not just a gold mold, so it looks better painted. And you can see that she can grab them both in each hand. Both hands are trigger fingers, so that she can grip them both just fine. And also another option is to holster it onto her gun holsters on the back side of her belt. And this thing is a loose piece, so it's gonna be moving around like crazy. And just like that, you can have those two pistols holstered right there. Then also we have a dagger. And the dagger is a little bit plain. We got the blade being black, just a plastic mold. Got the gold on the Cobra head right here. You can remove it up force from the hand and holster it on the side and have it looking like that. So it's pretty cool just having it holstered. I don't think I would have it in her hand. And then we also do get kind of an assault rifle here, very futuristic. And she can hold it in her hand if you want her to hold it, but these are actually meant to go on the bike. Got a peg. We get two of these. One's on the bike right now because I put it there. So there's that, and then the other one you would just peg onto this peg hole right here. And now you have some weapons for the bicycle. And then lastly we have her Cobra coil accessory or whip or whatever this is officially called. Somebody can help me out down below in the comments. What's the official name of this thing? I'm just going to say it's a Cobra coil because it literally coils around her arm. And I believe she can use it as a gun, but I'm not entirely sure, so forgive me. Here is a nicely painted accessory though. We have the silver paint job, like actual silver paint, and then actual silver gold. So that looks nice. We got the eyes painted red right there. So I like the attention to detail there. And there it is around her arm. pretty tight fit, so it's pretty good. I think it looks good. I do appreciate that they painted the thing though. It looks a lot better painted like that. So as for her articulation, we have a separate neck piece, so the neck moves around, but it is on a bar jointed hinge for the head or the neck. But the neck doesn't move up too much because of the hair. Obviously that hair is going to hinder a lot. So you're not going to get her looking up, but you can get her looking down quite a bit. The hair is sculpted like that, so it's going to look kind of weird. But she can do left and right movements just fine. So that looks good, and very slight tilts on the head. Nothing crazy. There's a look at the ball joint there. And the neck is pretty stiff, so it's nothing significant, but it does move around somewhat. The arms are going to go all the way up and down. They go in and out about that far, so pretty high up and back down. We don't get a bicep swivel. We only get a single jointed elbow that barely makes a 90 degree. I don't think it reaches it, to be honest, so it's not that great of a bend. And it swivels at the elbow. We have a swivel at the wrist with both hands having those side hinges, which are great for holding weapons and guns. And then we get the torso. So the torso has a diaphragm joint right here. That goes forward and back, tilts left and right, and it swivels. We also do get a waist swivel, which is pretty deep. It's kind of like a ball joint, diaphragm joint at the waist. So you can go back and forward quite a bit. And then tilt side to side, and it swivels down below as well. The legs are going to kick forward pretty high up and back down, in and out. We have thigh swivels, and they do drop down, so you see the leg dropping up and down. We have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and we have an ankle hinge that goes forward and back, and then there's the rocker at the foot. So you can kind of get some high kicks going with her because she's got the drop down, and then we got the double diaphragm joint system going on here, so pretty good on that aspect of the articulation. So here's the bike. It is bright and vibrant. I would have preferred a darker red, some darker colors, even though we have a lot of black on here. But nonetheless, it still looks pretty cool. The tire is kind of like a rubbery material, and it does spin, of course, as you see. These guns, as you saw earlier, they're detachable. There's a peg hole there. There's a giant peg on the actual gun. These are meant to be attached to the side of the motorcycle right here. We got the windshield, got some yellow spray on the bottom of it, and it's kind of foggy up top. Here's the side, and then on the back side, and then here's the other side. Now we do get screws on this side, just like the Marvel Legends Rider series. We get screws on one side of the bike. This one has that as well, but they're not as noticeable. It's a lot deeper inside there, so looks a lot better than what the Legends ones show. There you have it. We do get a little kickstand down on the bottom, so we can hold the bike without it tipping over on a flat surface, and then you can just kick that up if you don't want that. We get some pegs here where the footrests are, so you can peg the figure in so they don't fall off. And the way this was packaged in was one of these was detached. These handlebars are actually on ball joints here, and they move around like this. This was detached, and it was the hardest thing to peg into. I had to actually put it under hot water, both the bike and the handlebar, to get that peg inside. So let me know if you guys went through the same deal, because I did not want to go in there. It seemed like the ball joint was a lot bigger than the actual peg hole there. There you have it. There's the bike. I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is all it is. I mean, you can turn it like this, and you can spin the wheels, and that's pretty much all I could do. Now let's see how the figure looks on it. Alright, so here's a quick look at her on the bike. I tried to peg her feet into the footrests, and I could do that, so it looks pretty okay. Now she's kind of lifted up right now. I'm trying to get her to actually plant her body onto the seat. So you might have to detach these from here because that's preventing me from doing that. And I have her holding a pistol, and because her head doesn't look up too much because of that hair sculpt hindering it, you have to utilize the torso diaphragm joint that bends back to get her to look forward, to get her to look ahead. If not, she'd be looking straight down. So it's not too bad. Of course, this was just me in 5 minutes putting her on the bike. If you play around with it long enough, you'll get some way better poses than this for sure. And then here's quickly with her having both hands on the handlebars there. The feet, I detached a little bit off the peg, and I was able to get her body a little bit more down and not lift it up in the air. So that's one way to do it. And then with the motorcycle helmet attached, it looks a lot better, and you can accomplish the head moving up and down. So it looks good. With this head, of course, this is what you would want to have on the bike when you're riding it. So I won't go crazy on the vehicle comparisons. I'll throw in one from Marvel Legends and one from Black Series. So I have here the Captain Steve Rogers World War II motorcycle. And of course, clearly, as you guys may have already realized, this is a whole new sculpt. This is not a reused motorcycle sculpt from any other line. So that's new in the G.I. Joe line there, and then overall in Hasbro vehicles. And then I'll throw in a speeder bike from Star Wars. This is from the San Diego Comic-Con Heroes of Endor, or Battle of Endor pack. So here we have Baroness next to a couple of Cobra troopers, and these are from the Cobra Island Special Mission releases from Target, these Target exclusive figures. So they look good. Obviously, I think a Cobra Trooper army around her is going to look very, very nice. And here's a look at Destro next to Baroness. Here's the G.I. Joe Classified Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. Also part of the Target exclusive releases, we have Beachhead. And to close off the Target exclusives, we have Roadblock. Alright guys, and that does it for my review of the G.I. Joe Classified Baroness with Cobra coil. Hopefully you have enjoyed this review and found it helpful. I have pretty much reviewed every single G.I. Joe Classified figure that has been released thus far, so if you are interested in any of the previous releases, be sure to check out some of my reviews on them because they are up now. Let me know your thoughts on this figure down below in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. As always, have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.